KATU.com. Free video, no pop-ups, no registration. And watch K2 News every day for coverage that truly reflects life in the Northwest. See the difference and the reasons why more viewers are switching to K2 News, the Northwest news leader and the spirit of the Northwest.
It has been another great season for spring Chinook salmon on the Columbia River.
Certainly has, but it's also been a season where too many anglers have tried to take advantage of the abundant fish run. K2's Grant McComey joins us for the 2 exclusive as he joins game wardens reeling in the outdoor outlaws. What happened, Grant?
Yeah, Steve, it has been a spectacular fishing season along the Columbia River this year. In fact, the near record-setting 300,000 plus spring Chinook up this river. We really haven't seen an April quite like this in many, many decades. But it's interesting because all of this abundance has given way to an increase in salmon fishing violations as well. In fact, the game cops tell us that too much of a good thing, it's meant too many bad apples. It's peak time for Columbia River spring Chinook salmon fishing, and luck strikes early for some anglers.
Looks like a good start to the day.
I know!
Can you believe it?
Very excited.
But State Game Officer Bill Vanderberg says some anglers make their luck happen outside the law.
Well, I noticed that you were reeling that pole in awful fast, sir.
I had a backlash on this one, so I threw it out while I was clearing it.
Okay. You know the requirements about poles in the water, right?
Right.
Fishing rules say an angler can fish with only 1 rod. The 2 people on this boat were fishing with 3 rods. That's an unfair advantage, and it's against the law.
Like I say, that had a horrible backlash, so I fired it out while I was clearing it.
Okay. Okay. And that was on this one?
Yeah.
Looks pretty clear now.
Vanderberg says fishing with too many rods is a common violation on the huge Columbia. That's because he and his partner Trigdy Klepp can't be at every bend of the river all of the time. So some anglers gamble that they won't be caught.
They're just trying to maximize their opportunity to get a fish. A social problem that we want to solve.
Like a stone skipping on a pond, the officers speed across the smooth water. They slow down only to investigate clues, like isolated boats, barely visible lines draping into the water off anchored boats, or angling behavior that seems out of place.
I saw it when we came around the corner, and now it's been cut. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah.
What is it, sir?
I didn't want it on there.
You're not supposed to be fishing with 2 poles.
Yeah.
At first, this fisherman says he was just trying out the extra rod. But then... How many rods are you allowed to fish?
1. It was a mistake. I understand that. I'll pay the price. And learn my lesson, I guess, huh?
Lots and lots of boats today that everybody's obeying the rules. He's not obeying the rules, and so he's doubling his chances of taking a resource.
We meet several anglers on this 25-mile patrol who don't mind their boats being boarded or showing their licenses to officers.
If I get a third Dean here, I'm going to think something's wrong.
But not every boat check is this pleasant.
Do you have your license, sir?
I'm not fishing.
Had 3 poles out when we came up.
Well, I wasn't fishing, and I didn't have any. I'm not fishing.
Well, there was 3 poles out. So, who was fishing? Let me ask your 2 friends then. How many poles did you have in the water, sir?
1.
How many poles did you have in the water?
1. Yeah.
Okay, that leaves 1 for you.
You gotta get a ticket. He's gonna write a ticket.
Yeah.
My bad, but I was, yeah, give me a ticket.
Tickets are a fact of fishing life for people who cast aside rules and disregard sportsmanship. The patrols and the contacts help catch the anglers who cheat.
Thousands of rods out here. This is a highly sought after fish, so we just try to keep it level playing field for the majority of the anglers out here.
Now, game cops stress that the majority of the sport fishermen out on the Columbia River and its many tributaries do play by the rules, but they also say it's getting harder to catch those folks who don't. So tomorrow, coming up on Outdoor Outlaws Reeling Them In, we go to an effective method at catching those folks in the act. We go undercover. The anglers we catch up with, well, we get some startling results.
Hey, Jack, if you look at my paperwork, every one of my tags say steelhead and salmon on the back, okay? Have you ever fished
Just wanted to know why on the elk
Hey,
head.
it was an honest mistake. Why don't you just back off, Jack?
Generally, they have a pretty negative attitude when they get caught, and unfortunately, this was no different here today.
That's coming up tomorrow. Reeling in those outdoor outlaws tomorrow at 5.